holy cow, that's about it. That is a fact.
What?
And nobody wants to think that a whole bunch of people operated behind his or her back to do that. Everybody's in the know except for you. It's like a bad surprise birthday party. Like, it seems neat. Oh, they're doing this all for me. Except you were never in the know. You were never part of the planning process. In a way, you're exploited. In a way, you're made fun of by someone in the group, if not all of them. You see what I mean? And at what point does that kind of activity become criminal? Because a conspiracy to diminish the quality of life of another person is a charge. It's an actual charge, and it can go up to Supreme Court level. So, technically the homecoming queen had to, with grace, accept the position that all these jackasses and goonies did to her. Oh, okay, you know, oh, I'm homecoming queen. That's a new one. Miss Feminist USA, who hates everyone on the cheerleader squad. You know what I mean? It's the old high school story. Now I have to, with grace, accept the crown, and I have to go to the dance, which I didn't want to go to, and I have to buy a dress for it. And I have to stand up in front of everyone on the football field while they do the, you know, anointment of the queen, king and queen. And I have to, like, awkwardly hang out with the homecoming king, if you will. That is a rape. Technically, that girl could have sued the school and the students within, saying this was a setup, this was an orchestrated plan to humiliate someone. So, anyway, can you imagine if, in a way, it's being the butt of a joke? And you can't tell if people were doing something because they thought they were helping you, but I'm trying to figure out if people would actually buy into that. You know what I mean? There's a word, there's got to be a word for that. It's a crime. But the sole intent of what was unleashed upon me is, in fact, a serious, very serious, we are talking, I believed more than 1,000% that I would be killed the 4th Monday of January 2011. I am so not kidding. And all kinds of messages were coming through while I was trying to hurry up and walk dogs, like, we're gonna drop you off in the middle of Somalia, you're gonna have to survive, like some sort of survival in the jungle. It's like, I didn't totally buy that, but I was like, what if they would actually do it? Like, whatever it is, they can put through very intense, very convincing messages. It's hard to explain. And there are people who wondered, like, how they were able to remember something that they never remembered, you know, like on a test or something. Oh, right, that's it. Somebody probably put it through so you could pass the test really quick. They're tired of it. Everybody's spending money on this schooling and everything. So there are people at work and they can't believe how effective they are all of a sudden. Someone's helping you out, that's about it. Someone got tired of, you know, you struggling, and they'll help you out. But they could do the opposite. They can send through messages of, you know, this is the last night of your life. If you try to call police, it's going to be rerouted to the CIA. So don't even try to call police. And I'm not even a conspiracy person. In the past, I only I didn't buy into stuff that much, but I would wonder, like, wonder what it is. Or if someone came to me with a crazy sounding story, I would be like, what is it? Like, she seems totally fine to me. I don't know what happened. What's going on around her world? But you see how conspiracy can happen? Just now, I showed in the first video that there was an alarm that I heard all night long. Technically, it was coming from Wells Fargo, next door to Chase Bank. But when I exited the building, all I heard was a church alarm, which was not going off until I started down the stairs. We're about to prove conspiracy of murder. So anyway, that's a conspiracy. We're people playing around with fire alarms. because the church one could not be heard until I was halfway down the stairs on the very last flight before exiting the doors. I'm like, where did all of a sudden this one's going off? See how that would confuse someone as to which alarm was going off? Of course, they sound differently. You know, maybe they didn't want, who knows? There's a conspiracy going on, so I'll report it. Again. Whoever's doing it needs to stop putting on shows. They're not important at all. These are very, very unimportant people. And they're setting themselves up to get into major trouble. How many years has this been going on and no one's really done anything? And setting them up for the big fall later. That's how I see that. There are a lot of people who get set up, they're propped up really high. And then boom, they let the bottom fall out. They think they can get $1 million by stealing it from wills and estates, and boom, the bottom falls out. Someone's gonna get ya. Someone's coming to get ya. You know, Sasquatch is in the woods. Don't drop the ball. World's gonna explode. Don't drop the ball while we're passing the ball around playing as kids. The mentalities of these people who constantly need to be Eddie Haskell or scaring people is so immature. It's, you know, it is infuriating to people who are sick of it. Especially when you're someone who actually wants people to enjoy life. I'm actually someone who wished that everyone could enjoy life a certain way. I would never wish harm upon people, even my worst enemy, except for today. I would now because of how bad my case is. CSD1, that's Cat Sharon Delivery 1 on the police car. So just deliver that, you know, 8 million or more. My case is worth a lot more and I know it. Let's get on this stick. I'll become a philanthropist. And the rest of the left behind family members of my family will live comfortably without fear. And that's how it has to be. Do you hear me? Lately that this corner light is not totally in sync. It doesn't always show the same imagery as these three up here. I don't know if that's on purpose or if there's a slight out of syncness with AT&T. The light above AT&T is kind of out of sync. It's funny because AT&T came up in an email conversation. A friend of mine said that AT&T was laying down new cables and they had to make sure their pool was not up. They have like an above ground pool that they set up every year. They're in a very hot state, Texas. And they can't have it up because of whatever work they have to do. And AT&T is the one in question. Here's Gordo Food Service, Gordon. I've craved my whole life like a decent